Have you ever pondered the enormity of global military spending? What drives these mammoth budgets and how do they compare across nations? Today, we're embarking on a journey to explore these questions and more, shedding light on the intricate world of military expenditures. In our global village, military spending is a significant player, shaping the dynamics of power, influence, and security. The trends and patterns of these expenditures offer us a unique insight into the priorities and strategies of nations. In recent years, the world has witnessed a surge in military spending, a phenomenon driven by a complex interplay of geopolitical tensions, economic growth, and technological advancements. When it comes to the big players, the United States, China, Russia, and European NATO members often dominate the stage. The United States, known for its formidable defense budget, holds a significant lead, closely followed by China. Russia, despite economic challenges, continues to prioritize defense, while European NATO members present a diverse spectrum of military spending, reflecting their varying geopolitical contexts and national strategies. But it's not just about these key players. Military spending is a global affair, with regional variations playing a crucial role. From the oil-rich Middle East to the rapidly developing Asia-Pacific, and from the conflict-ridden African continent to the relatively peaceful Europe, each region has its unique dynamics. These variations are influenced by a myriad of factors, from territorial disputes and security threats to economic capabilities and political ideologies. Investment in defense capabilities, too, varies across nations. Some pour resources into cutting-edge technology and modern weaponry, while others focus on manpower and conventional forces. These decisions often reflect a nation's perceived threats, strategic objectives, and technological prowess. So, as we stand at the crossroads of a rapidly evolving global landscape, understanding these military spending trends becomes more crucial than ever. It's not just about the numbers, it's about the narratives they tell, the priorities they reveal, and the future they hint at. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the factors that drive these colossal budgets. Together, we'll unravel the complex tapestry of military spending, exploring its causes, consequences, and implications for our world. Ever wondered what fuels the rise and fall in military spending? The answer is as complex as it is intriguing, blending geopolitics, domestic policies, and cutting-edge technology. Let's start with the geopolitical factors. These are the international chess games that nations play, often driven by territorial disputes and arms races. Imagine two countries with a contentious border. Both are keen to protect their interests, and so they invest heavily in their military capabilities. This creates a spiraling effect, as their neighbors, feeling threatened, start to increase their own military budgets, leading to regional arms races. Then there are broader security threats. These can be non-state actors like terrorist organizations or state-sponsored cyber warfare units. In an increasingly interconnected world, these threats are not confined within national borders and can strike anywhere, anytime, driving nations to spend more on defense to secure their territories and cyberspaces. Moving to domestic politics, national security strategies, and defense policies, these too play a significant role in shaping military budgets. A nation's leadership might decide to adopt a more aggressive or defensive stance based on its geopolitical realities and ideological leanings. This stance, in turn, influences the size and distribution of military spending. For instance, a country with a policy of deterrence may invest more in nuclear capabilities, while one focused on homeland security might channel funds towards strengthening its border controls. Finally, we can't ignore the impact of technological advancements. The development of new weapon systems and defense technologies often necessitates significant investment. As we move into an era of artificial intelligence, autonomous drones, and quantum computing, the race is on not just to acquire these technologies, but to lead in their development. This technological arms race fuels further increases in defense spending. In essence, the drivers behind military budgets are multifaceted, intertwining international relations, national politics, and technological innovation. Each factor feeds into the other, creating a complex web that shapes the scale and direction of military spending across the globe. Next, we will explore the implications of these rising military expenditures for international security. How does rising military expenditure impact international security and strategic stability? This question is crucial in understanding the dynamics of world politics today. As military expenditures rise, the implications for international security and strategic stability become increasingly complex. It's a well-known fact that an increase in military spending can lead to arms races, especially in regions with high geopolitical tension. We've seen this in the Indo-Pacific region, where territorial disputes and rivalries drive nations to invest heavily in their defense capabilities. Similarly, Eastern Europe is another hotspot, where historical tensions and current geopolitical shifts fuel a continuous military buildup. The escalation doesn't stop at conventional arms either. There's a growing trend towards the development of advanced weapons systems, including cyber warfare capabilities, which are reshaping the landscape of international security. These new battlefronts require significant investment, pushing military budgets even higher and adding a new layer of complexity to strategic stability. However, it's not all doom and gloom. There are mechanisms in place that aim to mitigate the risks associated with rising military spending. Arms control agreements, for example, have historically played a significant role in maintaining a degree of balance and predictability in military competition. These agreements limit the number and types of weapons that countries can possess, helping to prevent destabilizing arms races. Beyond formal agreements, confidence-building measures such as regular communication and transparency in military activities can also play a crucial role. These measures can reduce misunderstandings and miscalculations that could otherwise escalate into conflict. Lastly, diplomatic efforts remain an indispensable tool. Diplomacy can diffuse tensions, resolve disputes, and foster cooperation, all of which can help to alleviate the pressure to increase military spending. In conclusion, the impact of rising military expenditure on international security and strategic stability is multifaceted. On one hand, it can fuel arms races and escalate tensions, but on the other, it can stimulate efforts towards arms control, confidence building, and diplomacy. What's clear is that the balance between these opposing forces will shape the future of international security. But what are the economic and social consequences of such high military spending? We will examine this next. What happens when a nation's coffers are drained for defense purposes? This is an essential question that needs addressing in our discussion on military spending. When a significant chunk of a nation's budget is allocated to its military, it invariably leads to a shift in resource allocation, influencing both the economy and the social fabric of the country. Let's first consider the economic implications. High military spending can translate into missed opportunities in other sectors. These are the opportunity costs, the potential gains from sectors such as education, infrastructure, and healthcare that are foregone when resources are directed towards defense. For instance, funds that could have been invested in building schools or hospitals or in scientific research are instead used to purchase tanks or fighter jets. This reallocation of resources also has social implications. High military spending can lead to cuts in public services and welfare programs, creating a ripple effect on the population's quality of life. It can exacerbate income inequality, as defense budgets often benefit the sectors of society involved in or related to defense industries, leaving behind those who rely on public services or welfare programs. However, it's not all doom and gloom. There's a theory known as military Keynesianism, which suggests that high defense spending can stimulate economic growth. The argument here is that military expenditure creates jobs, drives technological innovation, and can spur demand in a sluggish economy. Defense industries can indeed be significant employers and contribute to economic growth. Yet, it's critical to remember that this growth often comes with trade-offs. The jobs created in defense industries might be at the expense of potential jobs in other sectors. The technological innovations driven by military needs might overshadow advancements that could improve our daily lives. In summary, While military spending may contribute to economic activity and technological progress, it's vital to consider the opportunity costs and the social consequences. The balance between defense and other spending priorities is a delicate one, with far-reaching implications for a nation's economy and its people. Lastly, we will look into the crystal ball to predict future trends in global military spending. What does the future hold for global military spending? As we gaze into the crystal ball of geopolitics and defense economics, we see a landscape of shifting sands. First, let's consider the geopolitical dynamics. Rising tensions in regions such as the Indo-Pacific and Eastern Europe, coupled with the growing assertiveness of major powers, suggest that military spending may continue to rise. As the old adage goes, prepare for peace by preparing for war. Technological developments are also playing a significant role in shaping future trends. The rapid expansion of cyber warfare capabilities and the development of autonomous weapons systems are fundamentally altering the nature of military conflict. This new arms race in technology is likely to fuel further increases in defense budgets. On the economic front, despite the strain of military expenditures on national budgets, many countries view defense spending as a necessary investment for national security and economic stability. However, the future trajectory of global military spending will also be influenced by broader economic trends. As we recover from the economic aftershocks of the COVID-19 pandemic, nations will need to balance their security needs with their economic realities. In terms of defense priorities, we could see a shift towards more asymmetric conflicts. This includes cyber warfare, information warfare, and proxy conflicts, which require a different set of resources and capabilities compared to traditional warfare. But what about the prospects for peace? There is a glimmer of hope. International cooperation and arms control efforts have the potential to promote transparency, build confidence, and resolve conflicts. This could, in turn, lead to a more moderated and rational approach to military spending. However, these efforts will need to adapt to the evolving landscape of military spending and the changing nature of warfare. This includes addressing the challenges posed by new technologies and asymmetric threats. In the world of defense spending, the only certainty is uncertainty. Stay informed, stay vigilant.